Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. Um, I'm Shweta Nadig. I'm a cognitive hypnotic psychotherapist and an NLP practitioner. I have my own practice at Innoverse Journeys. I specialize in trauma and emotional regulation mainly. Today, we have with us our speaker, Harvinder Kaur, a psychologist, counselor, psychotherapist, and inner child healer. She works closely with working women and families, helping them manage stress, anxiety, emotional overwhelm, and work life challenges. Harvinder herself has transitioned from a demanding corporate career to the field of mental health, and she brings both professional and real life understanding to this topic. Welcome, Harvinder. Thank you so much for being with us here today to share your insights about understanding and managing stress in working women.
Thank you so much, Shweta, for the warm introduction. I'm happy and grateful to be here with all of you today.
Thank you so much. Harvinder, to begin with, we see so many working women today who are juggling multiple roles and responsibilities. From your perspective and your experience, why has stress become such an important and urgent topic in the lives of working women right now?
Yeah. So you rightly said that stress in working women is very important as of now because it's impacting a lot. So you know that women are handling multiple responsibilities at the same time. They are
Right,
managing their careers, homes, families, and emotions. So, if you see that everywhere they want to meet all the expectations. At
right,
work, if you see a woman is expected to perform well, meet deadlines, attend meetings, and handle pressure professionally. And at the same time, she manages her home, taking care of children, supporting parents, in laws, and apart from that, planning daily tasks, maintaining relationships. So very often she also becomes the emotional support system for the family.
right.
Sometimes listening to others, trying to motivate others, keeping balance at home. So, for example, a woman may spend her entire day in the office and solving work related problems. By the time she returns, come back to home, she's already mentally and physically tired. Yet the responsibilities still continue: household work, children's studies, caring for elders, and sometimes just doing all these things, she just get exhausted inside, right? She often feels that need to remain calm, smiling, and strong. So, when this kind of pressure continues day after day without enough rest or emotional release, it slowly turns into such kind of big stress, which we can call as a chronic stress. So, the
Mm,
mind and body don't get time to recover in that case. So,
mm.
what makes it more challenging is that many women don't even realize they are stressed. They are used to adjust and putting themselves last, that this constant pressure starts feeling normal. And that is the reason understanding and addressing stress is very important for working women.
Very well said, Harvinder. I'm sure many women here would quietly recognize themselves in these roles, constantly giving to others, adjusting, managing their schedules, and carrying so much load. It is such an invisible load that women carry.
Hmm.
And becoming aware of this itself is an important first step, I would say.
Yeah.
Harvinder, when we talk about stress, many people use this word often, but they don't understand what it actually means. Could you explain what stress is in simple terms so that our viewers will be able to relate to it better and how it shows up in our day-to-day lives?
Sure. So, if you see, stress is a way our mind and body react when we
Hmm.
feel under pressure. So, when life starts asking more from us than what we feel we can handle, emotionally or physically, stress begins to build up. So, we can take some examples like for, say, when you are trying to meet office deadlines, suppose some deadlines are there, managing responsibilities at home, and still be emotionally available for your family. Your system can start feeling overloaded.
Hmm.
Say, when your boss expects quick results, but at home, children or elders also need your attention. Your
Hmm.
mind feels pulled in different directions at the same time. I'm telling you one example. When I was in corporate, I was just working on maybe some meetings or maybe handling something which manager has said. At the same time, my daughter calls like, I need this, I need this. So you understand that how everything need to manage for the women. It's very tough.
Very
So a
hard, yeah.
little stress is actually normal and even
Hmm.
helpful as well, because it's two kind of stress are there. It can push us to stay alert, focused and motivated, and on the other side it's bad as well.
Hmm.
So I'm taking one example. Say before an important presentation, or maybe your heart beats faster, your mind becomes sharp. This helps you prepare better. That I need to prep for presentation. I have to be good in that. So before a client meeting in maybe in office or appraisal meeting, that slight nervousness helps you to stay attentive, perform well. So this
Definitely.
kind of stress is good because this is for some performance perspective, and also it gets over when once the situation is over.
Hmm.
But the problem starts when stress becomes constant and does not switch off. Means some common day to day examples we can take of unhealthy stress. Waking up already tired, means you slept late in the night and you have to get up early in the morning because for the children and all, and you are feeling that I'm still tired even after
Hmm.
a night's sleep.
Hmm.
Constantly thinking about work even when you are at home, feeling guilty at office for not being with family, and guilty at home for not doing enough at work. So getting irritated small things, or maybe feeling pressure to be perfect everywhere,
Hmm.
perfect employee, perfect mother, perfect daughter, or perfect wife. So, ignoring all, if you see, all these things are just continuously creating pressure. And in all these things, we just ignore our own health, rest, emotions. There is no time for all these things. So, over the time, this ongoing stress can show up as headache, body pain, acidity, maybe frequent illness, anxiety, maybe some kind of reduced concentration, productivity at work, and generally, most of the problems we had seen that conflicts in relationship, distance in relationships. So that's when stress needs attention. So, care and conscious management, this is not because you are weak, but because you are human. You also need all these things. So, self care is very important in all these things, right?
Very right. That's true. That explanation actually makes stress feel less overwhelming and actually more understandable. If you go to see it, reminds us that it is not a personal failure of a person. It's just a response to pressure. And once we understand that, we can start looking at it with more compassion.
Yeah.
Harvinder, many women feel that they experience stress differently compared to men. Based on your experience, do you think stress is actually experienced differently by women? And if so, then what makes their experience unique?
Yeah. So, yes, you are right. Very often, stress shows up differently in men and women.
Hmm.
And sometimes women feel that we need some help, and men are not facing such kind of thing, but we are facing. So, both in how it is felt and how it is expressed. So, both men and women
Connection.
experience stress
Sorry,
actually.
Harvinder. I'm so sorry. Could you repeat? We lost a bit of you while you were talking.
Okay, okay. So, very often, stress shows up differently in men and women, both in how it is felt and how it is expressed.
Hmm.
Sometimes women feel that we need more help because I have to manage lots of things. That is the reason. But otherwise, if you see stress, men also, they also have to handle in some other ways. So
Definitely.
both men and women experience stress, but women often carry it on multiple levels at the same time, like mentally, emotionally, physically. And women tend to think deeply, over analysis situation, and
Hmm.
keep emotions inside.
Hmm.
They often take responsibility not only for their own work but also for the happiness, comfort, and I would say well-being of their family, relationship, kids, in-laws, parents. Lots of things they have to manage. So
Hmm.
this emotional load actually adds a lot to their stress.
Hmm.
Women also face extra pressures like hormonal changes, emotional sensitivity, and strong social expectations. So they are often expected to manage everything smoothly at work, at home, while staying calm, caring, and available for everyone, even when they are exhausted. So, one very important difference is guilt. Many women feel guilty when they rest or take time for themselves. They feel they should always be doing something for others. This
Hmm.
constant guilt quietly increases stress. On the other side, if I talk about men, men also feel stress deeply, but they are usually taught to handle it differently. From a
Hmm.
young age, many men are encouraged to be strong, not show
Hmm.
emotions, and deal with problems on your own. This is what generally our society tells to men
True.
from the young time, right? So because of this, they may not talk openly about the stress. Instead, their stress often shows up in the form of anger, frustration,
Hmm.
irritation, or maybe emotional withdrawal. So, while stress affects everyone, in women, it is often more layered, more emotional, more
Hmm.
continuous. But on the other side, men tries to handle on their own, right? Although they don't have this much deeper as women having, but it depends upon person to person as well.
Hmm.
So that is the reason stress in working women needs deeper understanding, compassion, and proper care, and they also need some help at
Hmm.
right time.
Hmm. When you said guilt, when you mentioned about the guilt part, I personally could connect to it so well, because there was a phase when I was feeling guilty of taking rest. I was feeling guilty of not being, I mean, prioritizing myself, I would say.
Yeah.
I went through that phase, and I'm happy to say that it has changed, and just that shift has made a lot of changes in my whole life, I would say, because I got to know, I became aware of how that was affecting me, my family, and everybody around. So I did take a stand and change that, and it helped. So what you said was very validating, especially about the guilt.
Mm,
And many women hold that quietly within themselves.
mm,
And, I think naming it loud helps us realize that we are not alone in this experience.
mm.
I totally could connect to that. Thank you, Harvinder. Now, looking at the lives of working women today, there are some situations and pressures that commonly create stress for them, both at work and in their personal lives. What could be the possible causes of stress in working women?
Okay. So some of the most common causes of stress in working women come from handling many responsibilities at the same time,
Hmm.
often without enough rest or support. So, one major cause is work pressure, which I already talked about, like tight deadlines, long working hours, high expectations. And if you see, some women are at senior management level or mid level management where lots of more, I would say, more expectations are there. And they
Hmm.
need to constantly prove oneself at the workplace. Many women feel they have to perform perfectly to be taken seriously. Another big cause is balancing work and home together.
Hmm.
After a full day office, many women come home to a just like a second shift, managing now household work, caring for children, supporting parents or in-laws, and handling daily responsibilities. So there is very little time left to rest or recharge.
Hmm.
And apart from that, I would say sometimes they have to handle like studies for children's as well, right? They have to look into what kids are studying or not studying. So I would say it's three kinds of shifts, right? So another point is another cause is lack of emotional support. It's a
Hmm.
very common reason. Many women listen to everyone else's problem but don't feel truly heard themselves. They keep their feeling inside and just say, I will manage. Even
Hmm.
when they are overwhelmed, they are exhausted, still think about, okay, oh, no, not a problem, I will manage. Every time
Hmm.
they just keep talking about that,
Yeah.
right? Another major cause is like high expectation from society, from family, from kids, from workplace, and from themselves. And
Hmm.
more pressure. So the fear of making mistakes, being judged, or not being good enough, it keeps
Hmm.
stress alive.
Hmm.
Another point major is that not expressing emotions, which is the very important cause when feeling like frustration, sadness, exhaustion, or everything they just keep ignoring or suppressed for a long time. So stress keeps building quietly. So all these factors together can slowly lead to constant stress, especially when women don't get time for rest, self-care, or emotional release. When you ask such type of women, "Are you in stress?" They just say, "No, no, no, I don't have any stress." They don't even feeling that I have stress or not.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
And they go on to say it's a part of life. I
mm,
learned to handle, and I'll move on, things like that. To just it is a way of suppression. They just tend to ignore and move ahead. But
yeah.
it clearly is seen how it's stress slowly builds up layer by layer in a woman's life. So
Mm,
many responsibilities, so many expectations, and very little time and space to pause.
mm,
When stress stays like this, you said the body and mind start sending signals.
mm,
Sure. Before stress becomes overwhelming, it often gives small signals. Some are early signs, mental, emotional, and physical signs, which indicate that a woman may be under stress. Could you add more to this and give us an insight into how it usually shows up?
yeah. So early signs of stress in women, I would say one of the first sign is constant tiredness. Even
Mm-hmm.
after sleeping, a woman may still feel drained or low on energy. Small things may start feeling tiring or overwhelming. Another common sign is irritation over small issues, getting upset quickly at home, work, or snapping at loved ones, or feeling impatient without a clear reason. Then, stress also shows up in the body. Frequent headache, neck pain, shoulder pain, sometimes back pain, stomach issues, body aches, or difficulty in sleeping. All these are just kind of early signs.
Yes.
On the mental and emotional side, there may be constant overthinking, replaying of past conversation, worrying about the future, or feeling mentally overloaded all the time. Some women start feeling emotionally numb, disconnected, or less interested in things they earlier enjoyed, right? So
Okay.
changes in mood, reduced focus, forgetfulness, or feeling like I cannot handle this anymore are also important signs. If
Hmm.
these early signs are ignored for a long time, so
Hmm.
stress can slowly grow into anxiety, burnout, or depression. It
Hmm.
slowly and slowly becomes chronic stress. So, recognizing these signals early is the first step towards managing stress in a healthy way. So, they
Hmm.
should timely take care of these kind of early signs and try to consult right person, a right therapist, or right counselor who can help her actually.
Yes. Also, I would like to add that this is in addition to the biological factors, like maybe there's a deficiency in the body and things like that, which could also be contributing to a person's low energy levels, fatigue, moods, and things like that. So the check has to be biological. If there is nothing showing up on your reports and numbers, then definitely there is a psychological cause which is affecting those bodily symptoms.
Yeah,
Definitely,
yeah.
these
Even
signs are so.
even hormonal changes happens, right? At that time, these things impacts badly. After 40, sometimes women feel more tired, more like I would say irritated, frustrated. So all those reasons are not only due to because they are not taking food properly, but apart from that, there are lots of other reasons, stress and all that,
Hmm.
right? Hmm.
So when stress is ignored or pushed aside for a long time, how does it start affecting a woman's mental health, physical well-being, and overall quality of life in the longer run? Since you mentioned about, how bodily changes happen, how does stress add to this?
Yeah, so generally we just looked into different scenarios and identified that women who are in stress, like maybe work pressure or maybe household things, but generally slowly, when say I'm just taking simple examples. Suppose simple headache is happening in the early stages. Slowly it becomes more migraine, and then a more frequent headache starts happening. BP issue starts, then later on maybe diabetes and other problems initiated, right? So I would say that because small things, if you see, when we start managing at right time, these kind of problems does not occur. And if you see, women are not taking timely food because of the work pressure, so that is also impacting constant thinking and all that. So overall, I would say anxiety, depression, and later on it becomes panic attacks. So such kind of problem may occur because of not taking care of yourself, right? And reduced concentration and overall productivity at work, then slowly feel that some kind of like problems related to heart related issues or maybe other issues. I heard that few women just say that I have pain in shoulder, my shoulder is stiff, or my neck is stiff. So such kind of problems, it's not only suddenly stiffness happened because of stress which has been taken, stress deposits in body somewhere, right? And that area just cause problem. So sometimes people have more women have more like stomach related problems. So we are just relating that and just go back and talk to doctor to give some medicine. It's maybe temporary solution, not a permanent solution, because actual problem occurs from the stress related things.
Hmm.
So all these things are somehow related from the early stages to till now. We have not taken care of our body, our mind, our overall, I would say, wellness. We have not taken care, right?
Hmm.
So when any problem occur, we just take the medicine. It's a short term, I would say short term solution, but not a long term solution, because we have not resolved the actual cause. So
Hmm.
that is very important. So I would say we should just look into all the angles where I am just from where this problem has been caused, right? Accordingly we should have the consultation with the mental health, with the health, physical health related, and accordingly we should resolve the entire problem.
Yes, yes, definitely. What stands out strongly here is that stress can slowly change how a woman sees herself. And it's important to remember that those harsh thoughts are not who you are. They are just signs that something within you needs care.
Hmm.
That, once you're able to shift that to yourself, to heal within, then your entire outside world will change by itself. So,
Hmm.
for women who already feel short on time and energy, Harvinder, what are some simple and realistic daily practices that they can follow to manage stress without adding more pressure to their routine?
Yeah, I can tell you very small things. Like,
Hmm.
for example, in the office also, we can do some activities, small and simple daily habits, which we can follow. So, start with conscious breathing. Take 2 3 minutes a few times a day to slow down and breathe deeply. So, this
Hmm.
helps calm the mind and relax the body, especially during busy working hours. Suppose a woman is in meeting, right? And it's online meeting, just sitting in a room. So, she can just get up for 2 3 minutes in between, and along with that, she can just, if possible, she can just go walk in the room. That way also can do. And we can set small boundaries. It's okay to say no when you are already overloaded. Suppose your entire day it's full of activities, so your manager is saying that you have to do this today. So
Hmm.
women should be able to say that clearly, no, I don't have much bandwidth today, it's okay, I can take tomorrow. So in
Yes.
simple manner, she can say no. So
Hmm.
generally, few people are not used to say no. Actually, they
Yes.
just keep
Yes.
taking.
A lot of them.
Yeah. So you don't have to say bluntly no. I would say it's a way to just say, I have lots of things today, but I can take this today, tomorrow, right? So you are not saying for no for that. So you
Yes.
don't have to do everything for everyone all the time.
Yes.
So
Yes.
protecting your energy, it actually reduces stress. And
Yeah.
another point is express your feelings. Talk to someone you trust, whether it's friend in office, whether it's your mother, or maybe it's anybody, it's your husband or any friend, anybody.
Hmm.
And if suppose that is not possible, say write down what's in your mind. This is very beautiful activity. I generally do daily. I just keep writing whatever is in my mind, and I really feel very like active and feel that refreshed kind of thing. So letting emotions out prevents stress from building up inside. So
Hmm.
whatever emotions you have, you can bring on the paper, and you will feel that now my mind is empty, right?
Yes.
So remember that self care is not selfish. Rest
Hmm.
is a need, not a reward. So
That's so
every
true.
short breaks help your mind reset. So in the office, in fact, you can take you can do small things. Try to do one small thing for yourself every day. A short
Hmm.
walk. Maybe you can go with your kids, with your husband. It also helps to make some bonding as well. Listening to music, stretching, or maybe quietly enjoying a cup of tea. So it hardly takes 5 7 minutes, right? Even 5 5 7 7 minutes is enough for you in between. So most importantly, don't think about that I have to be perfect everywhere.
Yes.
Aim is for consistency. So
Mm.
small steps done daily are more powerful than taking big changes, which can be taken once in a while, but not always, right?
Mm. I liked what you said. Self care is not being selfish. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so important that people understand that you're human and you do need self care to thrive. I really appreciate, Harvinder, how simple and kind these practices that you mentioned are. This to inculcate in a person's daily routine is definitely possible and it should be done because it is easy and not time consuming, because they remind us that stress relief doesn't come from doing more but allowing ourselves those small moments of rest and permission, so that you pause, you breathe, and you come back refreshed. Because in this day and world, everybody is juggling, rushing, multitasking. Your brain and body take no rest in between at all. So these mindful practices will definitely help ease that load that builds up. So next, moving on, Harvinder, how does the way a woman thinks about herself and her responsibilities influence her stress levels? How can any mindset change, seeking help, support in reducing stress for her? If you can throw some light on this.
Yeah. So definitely a change in mindset can reduce stress in a very powerful way.
Mm-hmm.
Most stress increases because we put too much pressure on ourselves. We
Mm-hmm.
keep thinking, I have to do everything perfectly. So I would say, instead of saying this, maybe we can change our inner statement. We generally
Mm-hmm.
say, I have to do everything perfectly, or I should handle everything on my own. So this creates actually constant tension in mind, right? So from perfection to progress, how we can change our mindset, instead of thinking that I must do everything perfect, shifts to I am doing my best, and
Mm-hmm.
that is enough.
That is a lot better. Yes.
Yeah. So for example, if your to-do list is not fully completed in a day, and by end of the day you are just saying I could not do this, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not perfect, I have to improve myself, instead of saying this, just say I did my best today, and that is enough for today. Tomorrow I will pick rest of the items.
Yes.
So this is a way how you change your mindset, and also this is really helpful to release your stress as well. If you see,
Mm-hmm.
it's not failure that we have not completed work in a day, but whatever decided, it's not a failure. All are
True.
human beings, right? So we can plan next day accordingly. It's perfectly fine. So another thing is, which is more, I would say, most important thing, from self blame to become self kindness. Many women are very kind to others, but very hard on themselves. When
Yeah.
you start speaking to yourself now, so just say, no, I have to do in 5 minutes. Sometimes I have seen that women say, this needs to be completed in 5 minutes, otherwise it would be a big mess. They start running and completing the things at home, even cooking food, so rushing here and there, right? So it's all creating stress on us. So just think about, you need to be little bit kind with yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
So same kindness which we show with others, the mind feels more lighter, calmer when we become kind with ourselves.
Yes.
Then another main point is like, we need to change our mindset from control to acceptance. Not everything is in our control.
Mm-hmm.
Accepting this statement, if you see, sometimes we can do few things, but few things are not in our control, so we cannot make it like fast. So accepting this reduces overthinking and anxiety. You focus on what you can do instead of worrying about everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that also reduces your worries. And from this statement, I must manage alone, just change it to it's okay to ask for help, right? Change your mindset accordingly. Sometimes women does not speak, does not share what is the stress going on, right? So this brings more weakness in the body. So asking for help is not a problem. Maybe there should be somebody with whom you are sharing your problems, your each and every point you are sharing, maybe some help you are seeking from. So
Mm-hmm.
it would be more healthy mindset that if you are fine to ask for help from others, right?
Hmm.
Even in office, if you are feeling that I am unable to do this task, you can seek help from some other person. It's okay. So
Yeah.
when the mindset shift happens, the pressure reduces and the situation may be the same, but how you respond to it changes. And that is what lowers the stress.
Hmm. Yeah, that shift towards self-compassion can feel gentle and but still very powerful.
Hmm.
When women stop fighting themselves and start being kinder inward, then healing begins naturally because you are doing what you are supposed to do for yourself. And reaching out for support can definitely make that journey feel much lighter.
Hmm.
Okay. Thank you, Harvinder. To end on a reassuring note, what message would you like to share with the working women who may be feeling stressed, overwhelmed, or emotionally drained right now?
Yeah, sure. So, few things like this is for all working women. You don't need to prove your strength by struggling silently.
Hmm.
Feeling tired, stressed, or sometimes overwhelmed does not mean you are weak. It means
Hmm.
you are human being, right? Your emotions matter, your health matters, you matter. So taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's necessary for a balanced and happy life. When you look after your own well-being, you naturally become stronger at work. You become
Hmm.
more happier with your kids, with your family, and with your relationships. So I would say, so you can feel free if you need any help anywhere related to stress and any kind of issue, because we are always there, right? So Mystic Holistic Wellness is a safe and supportive space where working women and individuals can openly talk about stress, anxiety, emotional overload, relationship challenges, or any kind of mental health struggles without any fear, without any judgment. We are just helping other people. So it's, if you feel any kind of such problem, and you can freely come and talk to us, and we have all the details, right, and mentioned there, and you can just call us, and accordingly you will feel that your journey is starting beautifully in the more healthier and happier manner.
Yeah, and definitely. You shared that so beautifully. I hope every woman listening can take a moment to sit with the words that Harvinder just said and feel seen, understood, and reassured. Even being here today is a meaningful act of self-care. Thank you, Harvinder.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all of you for taking this time for yourself today.
Before we close, I would like to sincerely thank Harvinder for sharing her insights, her experience as a therapist, as a counselor. She has worked with so many women and changed lives of many working women. So your insights with so much clarity and compassion would have resonated with a lot of our viewers, I must say. Definitely it did with me. So I must thank you for that. And the way you spoke about stress with so much understanding and kindness will stay with many women beyond the session as well. And to all the women who joined us today, thank you for taking this time for yourself. This conversation will just let you know that you're not alone, you're not weak, you don't have to carry everything yourself. Support is available, as Harvinder mentioned, and your well being truly matters. You don't have to have everything figured out. You just need to start being gentle with yourself. That is the beginning. And from there on, you can take off. Thank you for being here. And we wish you calm, balance, and continued strength.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shweta.
Thank you. See you. Bye bye.
Bye.